Welcome back. Today we have an unusual but quite useful word, a couple of historical events from way back in the way back, a birthday, a song, and a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa, sit back, and let's have a look. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for June 18th. June 18th is the 169th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 170th in leap years, with 196 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is ignominious. Ignominious. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Ignominious is an adjective that means deserving or causing public disgrace or shame, marked by humiliation or dishonor. Ouch. Example sentences might be, the team's ignominious defeat left fans stunned and disheartened, or he resigned in ignominious fashion after the scandal was revealed, or history recorded the treaty as an ignominious capitulation rather than a strategic event. Ignominious comes to us from Latin, where it had to do with disgrace or loss of a good name. First known use of the word ignominious in English is in the 1420s. Ignominious. The word ignominious came to me by way of a meme one of my relatives sent me. I giggle just about every time I see it, but if you're in school, probably don't try this kind of answer. Go ahead and learn your vocabulary. And with that, it was on June 18th in the year 1264 when the Parliament of Ireland met at Castledermot in County Kildare, the first definitively known meeting of the Irish Legislature. On June 18, 1815, the Battle of Waterloo resulted in the defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte, forcing him to abdicate the throne of France for the second and last time. This is the birthday of English singer, songwriter, and guitarist Paul McCartney of the Beatles, born May 18, 1942. Born James Paul McCartney in Liverpool, England, he taught himself piano, guitar, and songwriting as a teenager and has been making music in some way or another since 1957. He's written or co-written a record 32 songs that have hit the top of the Billboard Hot 100. He was knighted in 1997 and has been appointed as a member of the Order of the British Empire, so we may appropriately call him Sir James Paul McCartney. At the age of 15, Paul began playing with the Quarrymen in 1957. Just Paul by himself has released between studio, live, compilation, video, and other types of albums, something like 173 albums and 111 singles as a single artist, not to mention the collaboration and cameos with other artists. And his work with the Beatles, of course. Remarkable creative force. Paul McCartney still alive and still working. Happy birthday, Paul McCartney. Being Paul McCartney's birthday, I thought we ought to talk about one of his songs. Trying to hone in on just one song of his, though, my goodness. There are so many. As I sat in my rocking chair with my feet up and gazing out the window at the bird feeder, mindlessly watching the birds that came by, this song popped to mind. Single Pigeon was written by Paul and Linda McCartney and released on the second Wings album, Red Rose Speedway. Turns out Paul likes birds too. I learned in today's research that he'd received the Observer's Book of Birds as a child, and he loved to take that book out with him and sit in the fields and watch the birds. He tells of seeing a single pigeon near some railings and wondering what its story might be. As he tells it, when you decide to make up a story about a pigeon, it's not just about a pigeon anymore, it's a character in a play. And so Paul goes on then to tell a relatable story in this song about these birds that he sings about in Single Pigeon. Single Pigeon by Paul McCartney and Wings, link in the description. How about that? As my dear old 6th grade teacher, Mrs. White, W-I-G-H-T, said so often, a good point bears repetition. The first 100 or so times I heard her say that, I wasn't sure exactly what it meant, but I figured it out by the end of the school year. So for today's quote, I thought we'd go with something along that line of thought, and it is, wisdom always makes men fortunate. Plato. Alrighty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. Be wise. I'll see you next time. Okay, hold on now. I gotta make it go. It's not going. Why won't it play? We need a year. Not right now, Ripley. Okay. Let's see if this works. Loop. Okay. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.